It is huge.
Return on investment.
Let's talk about costs. You gave us a wide range of costs. So a 400 square foot tiny home out the door. I sound like a car dealer now.
You do.
Yeah. Out the door, tax license out the door with decent set of amenities. What are we talking about?
Anywhere between 150 to 175.
150 to 175.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to move on from the Starbucks conversation with Miss Bobby here. We're going to start with our real estate conversation for San Luis Obispo Real Estate Podcast. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Bobby, how you doing?
Lovely. Happy to be here.
I'm glad you're back. JT, how are you?
Oh, man, I'm so excited to spend some time on this topic here today. It's something I don't know anything about, so I get to learn today. This is great.
That's going to be I feel like we're missing somebody. Oh, no, Jeff. How you doing?
Yeah, hi. How's it going?
Yeah, that's
the key component that we're missing. Yeah.
That's the key component that we're missing. So there was another guy that shows up at the podcast every once in a while, but I forget his name. So Bobby, let's just go ahead and go on.
Come on,
come on, give a shout out.
We can't do that. We got to give him a shout out.
We actually do like him.
He's paying the bills.
Yes. All right. Well, Dakota, we're missing you. Yeah.
Okay, come on, do it, James.
Okay.
Give him his due.
Hal Sweasey's not here. So.
I mean, he left us.
He left us. Yeah, it's okay. He's not.
Yeah, he does. Hey, I got Hal's back.
Yeah, it's all right. He'll be fine.
We love Hal.
Hal likes being made fun of a little bit, so it's totally fine. We're not even making fun of him.
We have someone else here, though.
We don't have Hal. We do. So who do we have here, Bobby?
We have Saulo Gomez with Western Tiny Homes. Saulo, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on today.
We're so excited to get into this, and I've just learned a little bit, so bear with us. You're going to be educating the whole crew along with me. So first, we're going to start at the very basics. So Western Tiny Homes, what is a tiny home?
Tiny home is a house that's on wheels, so it's on a trailer. It's not like a trailer. We use housing materials to build, so like 2x4s.
So it's like on a chassis for a trailer.
Yes, on a chassis for like a trailer. But you cannot build them bigger than 400 square feet. So the largest you can go on a tiny home is 400 square feet. Anything over that is not considered a tiny home anymore.
Okay.
So
it's on a chassis. Does that mean it's on wheels?
It's on wheels.
And do you when you set it up, do you take the wheels off and put it on a foundation, or how do you do that?
It's up to the buyer. So we could either take it off the wheels or we could leave it on the wheels. When we leave it on the wheels, a lot of people like to get a skirt around it, so it actually looks like a permanent foundation on the ground, and it doesn't look like a trailer. So, but it's up to the buyer whether they want the wheels or not.
Is the permitting different depending on?
No, it's not.
No, same
the
thing.
Permitting
okay,
is the
because
same.
of the square footage.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so why would people want a 400 square foot or smaller building on their property? What are you seeing these being used for?
That's a great question. So there's a lot of investors that are using these for as like Airbnbs. There's people that actually have parents living on their property where they're elderly and they want to keep an eye on them. So instead of them putting them in a home, they purchase a tiny home and they're still on their property. There's also parents that have older children that also live on the property, and then they're right there.
Okay,
close
so
together.
like multi-generational living, which we're seeing
exactly
people want a lot more of right now.
100%.
When you think of 400 square feet, I'm trying to put that into context. What's a 2-car garage? Is that 400 square feet?
It's about
more.
yeah.
What's a hotel room? 350 square feet?
It's
or
about
something?
350
to
250.
Yes.
A nice hotel, Bob.
Right.
Oh, well, I don't know about that.
No,
It's about 350
for a nice hotel room.
That's correct.
But you guys do. I mean, I saw some pictures online. You guys do some amazing things to cram all these amenities into 400 square feet, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And when you have a small canvas, like 400 square feet, obviously we go smaller. We build as small as 160 square feet, which is a studio size. But it all comes down to your colors, your windows, lots of windows, and high ceilings, because then it just expands the feeling of the 400 square feet. Also, we use a lot of furniture where you could turn into other things, underneath the couch, there's storage and things like that.
So your 400 square feet is, let's see if I'm doing my math right, is that 20 by 20?
That's a 40-foot by 10.
Oh, it's 40 by 10.
Yes.
So they're more of rectangles
Yes.
rather than squares.
Exactly. Yeah, for
Okay.
transportation reasons.
Okay, got it.
So are people coming to you with these designs ready to go? Are you helping them create? Like, what's the process like?
So some people have an idea of what they want. A lot of times when we're working with a new customer where they're like, hey, I want to design one. And they're like, where do I start? So we do have models already, but also if they don't like any of our models, they could go on Pinterest and they could look up other tiny homes or even other homes. And they're like, this is what I want. And then we take it to our team and we create that for them. Obviously we present to them before we start building it, but anything that you see online, a big house, we could turn it into a tiny house as far as like hardware goes, all the details.
Like the finishes and stuff?
finishes.
So did I see one even with a loft?
Yes.
Oh, you did do your research.
Yes, you
Where
did.
are you looking? The website?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now in our inventory, we actually have one that has a bedroom and then 2 lofts. So there's a loft above the bedroom and then there's also a loft above the bathroom. So that one fits 3 queen size beds.
So you could market that as a VRBO, as a 3-bedroom?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Or as a rental.
Right.
So are you seeing people use these things for other uses other than residential? Like I'm thinking, post-COVID, how many people work from home today, and maybe the house doesn't have enough square footage or place for an office, and you need to kind of get away from the rest of the family to do your work. Are there
absolutely.
offices too?
There are offices. There's quite a bit of offices that we've done. We've actually done some gyms. So with, TVs and cool equipment in there.
It's like a yoga room type thing.
Exactly. Even with weights and equipment, just making sure with bathroom and all that stuff. Also, people want to store. There's a few people that have collectibles, like motorcycles or whatever, bikes. They want to do like a storage, but like a higher end kind of a showcase. So there's a lot of different ideas out there.
So I know we haven't gotten into costs, and we'll get into that in a bit, but when you think about building something, let's say I wanted an office on my property, I had the space.
Right.
If I were to go build, do a brick and mortar type office where I build it versus having it come to me already built, is there a significant difference in costs for that?
Yes. So for example, if you were to build from ground up with a foundation and everything, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could run anywhere from like $240,000 or higher doing it that way. And with us, you can run anywhere from $60,000 to about $175,000 ready to go, plug and play.
Okay. And I always thought if I had the right setup, I'd want a man cave. Have you done a man cave?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, we've done about 2 man caves.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know what do we
Your
call it on the other side?
right
What's
now.
the other gender call that, Bobby?
She shed.
She
Oh,
shed.
she said,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Get on
want to
board
say
with the
that
she
very
shed.
quickly because I
You
may
knew
say a word
exactly.
that you can't say on television.
Don't
Right.
stumble with that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I have a question because when you were saying that if you have enough space, how much space do you really need around, this structure? Like,
Right.
what do you really need to, if somebody's looking in their backyard right now?
Right. So you just need
backyard.
about a 10-foot clearance around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 10 feet. Around.
So it's like in building terms, that would be called a setback.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Bobby was bringing up the permitting. What kind of challenges do you have with permitting, and are there some cities that are easier than others to get it done?
Absolutely. So that's one of the biggest obstacles in the tiny home industry right now is the permitting process. More and more cities are starting to get on board with having tiny homes in their cities as they run out of building space. And now they're being able to like fill in the backyards and all these other things with tiny homes. But that is our biggest obstacle right now. There are quite a bit of cities in California that are thumbs up. Fresno was the first city that went live with it, and actually that's where we build out of. And there's places like Santa Cruz, San Diego, San Jose, other bigger cities that are like thumbs up, let's go with it. Mm-hmm. But it's starting to grow slowly.
Is there such a thing as we have mobile home parks? Is there such a thing as tiny home parks that are popping up?
Absolutely. Mostly out of state. There are some in San Diego, some tiny home communities, really nice, beautiful ones that are popping up.
So I think somebody I know that works in the real estate industry has a tiny home in Pismo.
Oh, really?
And so I think it's in so it must be just within a mobile home park. Is that where it would be probably?
Right. Or if people have properties and they put it out on their property, because it's registered as an RV. So if you could have an RV on your property, you could fit the tiny home.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Does your company help with permitting and that whole process? Or, are people flying blind when they're out there trying to figure that out?
So there are, I do team up with another individual that does all the legwork for our clients if they want it, or unless they want to do it on their own, then they can. So
Are people
I contract
actually
out.
getting permits for these things in your
To be honest with you, 90% do not. So
I'm not going on the record.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
just saying
right,
I'm
no,
not
we're not going there.
advocating it.
Right, yeah.
It just makes sense.
But if I parked a motorhome on my property, and I'm going to pick on Templeton because I think of bigger lots in Templeton, do I need a permit to park my motorhome?
No, you don't. And we actually just delivered a house to Templeton last week. So
And-
no issues.
Okay.
And when you just pull it up alongside there and
Yep, just pull
on
it
the
up.
RV slip there and
In a trailer. So it depends on the client, what they want. So for example, this guy actually went and got a concrete foundation. A lot of people just compact the soil and put DG down. That works as well.
Okay.
So, which is the cheaper way to go, is just the DG.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a few of the communities in our county. Is it true that in San Luis Obispo City, it's easier to get a permit than, say, Paso Robles?
Yes, that is correct.
And it would seem like Paso Robles, you have more available land, I would think, than San Luis. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But
Right. So, and I did speak with some of the building officials in Paso Robles, and they said as long as you're HUD certified, which we're working on getting right now, and you put them on a permanent foundation, take the wheels and the axles off, and put them on a pier system, we'll be allowed to be in the city limits. Okay. So that's what we're working on right now. Because as soon as we get HUD certified, it's kind of like, it's a no-brainer. You could pretty much be in any city.
Okay.
Yeah.
But San Luis is a little easier
Yes,
to do business with on
absolutely.
the permitting process than, say,
Yes,
Paso.
exactly.
Tascadero,
Same as Paso.
same as Paso.
Yeah.
Templeton's not a city, is it? Is Templeton a city?
Yeah.
I thought it was part of the county.
Oh.
No, it's county.
Oh, I
It's
thought-
county?
yeah, it is
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
Okay. So
So Templeton again, where they just put it on their property.
not
Just
not
did
a
it.
problem, huh?
Not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah,
It seems like such great opportunity for, income potential.
it is.
There'd be a big drive for,
Yeah.
It is huge.
return on investment.
Let's talk about costs. You
Okay.
you gave us a wide range of costs. So a 400 square foot tiny home out the door. I sound like a car dealer now.
You do.
Yeah.
Out the door, tax license out the door with decent set of amenities. What are we talking about?
Anywhere between 150 to 175.
150 to 175.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 400 square feet.
So I did some math here earlier today because I like
Perfect.
math.
Good.
And how long can do you guys help arrange financing
Yes,
for
we
somebody
do.
who needs
Yep,
it?
we work with a bank, so we go up to 25 years.
25?
Yes. Up to
Wow.
25 years.
I was using what I used to remember from back in the day when I did some of that 50 years ago. I looked at a 10-year loan.
Okay.
And at 10%, a 10-year loan is $13.21 a thousand. So if I financed $100,000, it'd be $1,320 a month.
Right.
If I had a 400 square foot tiny home, what could I expect in our county to be able to generate in gross rents?
For 400 square feet,
Yeah.
anywhere between $1,800 to $2,500 a month.
So let's go on the low end. I'm getting $1,800 a month.
Mm-hmm.
I got a note for 10 years, just 10 years, not 25,
Right.
at $1,320 a month. That seems like if I have a propensity to want to do this,
Right.
that it's a no-brainer.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The money works.
It does.
Like how many real estate investments are cash flow positive by that percentage from day one can we find today?
I can't.
Not many, right?
No.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I imagine you guys will get flooded with calls for wanting to find some properties where you could put these.
Absolutely, yeah. It definitely cash flows. That's what we've noticed. That's why there's a lot of investors that are like, oh my gosh, like I want multiple on my property.
Yeah.
And they're getting popular. It's a newer, I mean, it's been around for a little while, but it's starting to grow. They're saying by 2027, every city is going to be thumbs up with them. So we're just hanging in there.
So when you like the client that you just worked with that put down the pad, right?
Yes.
How'd you do sewer and water and electricity?
Okay, that's a great question. So we actually ran it. There's an existing house. So we just pulled 50 amp service for the electrical, and then the water is just a potable water hose from your garden hose, and then just tied into their sewer.
That's
their
crazy.
septic.
That
That's
seems
it.
so simple.
Super easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
there
is
is
really easy.
a movement right now of people trying to simplify. They're trying to like less is more, less space, take up less. Is there an eco-friendly option that you can do? Because I know that's kind of a...
Yeah, so we've had some of our customers that are off-grid, so that live up in the mountains. So obviously we do like a gray and black water tank for their sewer, solar panels also for that. And
and
it
building
works for them.
materials and stuff you have available.
Exactly.
Okay, that's very cool.
So you're meeting with a potential client. You've got a sales meeting with your potential client. You're doing a sales presentation with them. What are some of the questions that you get and some of the objections you get that you have to overcome to get to the promised land for you guys to make a sale?
So the first question a lot of times is price, because everybody wants to know how much, right? And obviously I give them the option. Well, it depends on your materials. I could build you a 400 square foot house that's going to cost you this much, or a 400 square foot house that's going to cost you this much. And then one will be a lot more than the other, depending on all the finishes and stuff like that, right?
That's the same as if you're building a house from scratch, right?
Right. And then another question that comes up is permitting. So I always tell our clients, it's up to you for you to, check with your jurisdiction and make sure that it's going to be good if you want to permit it. And most of them will say, well, I'm not going to do that. So then we get past that. And then design's a big one as well. So it depends. A lot of our elderly clients, they do not want lofts because they can't get up the stairs.
Right.
So they're like, hey, well, can we work on the design with you? And I love that. When I'll meet with them, I'll be like, hey, here's a floor plan. What do you think? And they're like, well, I want the room over here, the bathroom on this side. And we just move things around. That's the funnest part for me, because I love creativity. So just being able to get creative with such a small canvas.
So despite the fact that you have models already built out, and what's featured on your website, which is westerntinyhouse.com, you could be very, you can move that stuff around. Like, it's not like you have 3 models I'm looking at right now.
Right.
That is all adjustable.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. And if they don't like what we have in inventory, what are you looking for?
What do you want? We'll build it.
That could be endless.
Right.
Don't direct them to Pinterest. You're
I
in
know.
for it.
Well, and also, as long as your bathroom and your kitchen are closer to the front of the trailer, because you don't want the heavy on the back, because when you're transporting, it'll fishtail. So that's one thing we need to keep in mind, is just keeping those, in the front, or move towards the front.
So you've probably seen all sorts of cool
stuff
my
gosh,
through the time.
I have seen
some fun, off the wall designs, or have people really gone
or
that
amenities?
direction?
Right. So we built a house for an autistic, a family that had an autistic child out of Canada, and they actually wanted us to put a lot of fun textures throughout the house. So one wall had little furry stuff, and then there was different, just a lot of things. So that was really cool. It was really colorful, and they actually lived in there. The family, it was a family of 3, and they lived in there.
So the whole family lived there, not just the
3,
child.
yeah, the mom, dad, and the child. But it was really cool because they were thinking about his needs, so we were able to develop.
That's really fun.
Wow.
Do that. But when you go to tiny home shows, actually, the World Tiny Home Fest, it's the first annual, is coming to Las Vegas in September, and this is going to be a global, it's the first time they ever do it, but there's going to be builders from all over the place. And just to go to these shows and see how creative the builders get,
so fun. It
is so cool.
So they have full kitchens, just smaller appliances?
No, we have full size appliances.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Wow.
So if we're doing 160 square foot, obviously I'm going to have a 2 top burner and a mini fridge and stuff, but if you're doing a 400 square foot home, it's full on now.
So we're talking
washer and dryer.
Dishwasher, washer, dryer.
Yeah.
That's so cool, because that is one of my biggest pet peeves with new construction is I'm like, it's so inefficient. So often when you go in to like see the layout and like how the decisions that are made.
Right.
So that's really cool when your whole mindset is around like making every bit
it's
count.
really cool.
I love that.
So if I was going to move into a tiny house, here'd be my first question.
Yes, sir.
What's the biggest big screen TV I can have to watch sports?
Probably 75.
75? That's bigger than what I have at home.
Well, you're going to be in it alone. So
I know, exactly.
it's probably fine.
Yeah, but all of our homes come included with washer, dryer, refrigerator, microwave, TVs, fireplaces.
I'm sorry, that's included
Fireplace.
in the price
That's
you
included in the
quoted?
price. Yep.
Wait. You said fireplace?
Electrical fireplace. Yep.
Okay.
I'm
Yes. So, yeah. The one that we're building in Oakhurst right now is actually, it's a 400 square foot home. The buyer is calling it the Waterfall house because there's an enormous waterfall. It's in the mountains. So you're there in your tiny home. We're building a swing set on the decks that's overlooking the waterfall, and you could hear the waterfall like 24/7.
Oh
and
my
it's
gosh.
so
I hope that's going to be
cool.
an Airbnb.
It is.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
Okay, send us the link when
Yeah,
that
I will.
is
I
done.
will. And there's people that have YouTube channels and stuff, and as soon as they find out about your cool builds, they're like, "Hey, will you be on our show?" And
That's
it's
cool.
like, yeah. So
So
it's
wait,
cool.
are you taking videos and stuff on?
Yes.
Is it on your Instagram? Can we find
it
it
is.
so we
Yep.
can see? Do you have any videos
Absolutely.
of you delivering one?
We do have one. There's one on there.
I wanna see this
Yeah.
process.
So
Okay,
it's
we'll
cool.
have to check
It's a really cool.
And what's your Instagram?
It's Western Tiny House.
Okay.
Yep.
So the same as the website.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Any other questions for Saulo? You got
I
anything?
don't know what else to even ask.
I know.
I mean, I didn't know anything coming into this. I feel like I walked away. I'm
It's
a
fun. I
new
know.
expert.
I want to research a little bit more and figure out where the best places to put these are. I really feel like we could be bringing some opportunities
Right.
to clients. This is too fun.
I think you ought to have one at your house just to get away from the kids for a couple
I'm ready.
hours.
Well, I'm thinking my dad was probably listening to this, and I would love to put him in the backyard.
That's cool.
Come hang out, Dad.
What percentage is it? You mentioned that you're doing one for an Airbnb out in Oakhurst. What percentage of your business is allocated towards that? What percentage of it is allocated towards maybe long-term rental or family rental?
Right now, it's about 50. I would say about 60% Airbnb right now, and then the rest is long term. But we're also touring our tiny houses. So we actually just showed the one we delivered to Templeton in the Target shopping center in Paso Robles, and I announced it on our Instagram and our social media. If you want to see a tiny house, so we actually had a lot of realtors coming with their clients.
So how
and a
long
lot of
did you
people-
have it there?
We had it for 4 hours.
Okay.
And it was busy.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Yeah, so people.
Are you going to do that again?
We are.
Bringing it back?
We're going to
Okay.
start doing that again. So
Okay.
I'll let you guys.
Yeah,
know
let
when
us
we
know.
are.
Please.
One, you asked if there are any other questions. One just kind of popped into my head with the home insurance crisis that we're dealing with in California. Are there any insurance issues that a potential tiny home owner would need to know about?
We haven't run to any issues on that
Okay.
side yet. Yes. So again, that's up to the client to find do all their insurance.
I
and
wonder
stuff.
if it's insured like a recreational
I was
vehicle
going to say,
or like
that
a
could be tricky
like
because with
a
a Sprinter, that was hard
yeah.
to get insurance for it.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know.
It can be done, but
Yes.
Okay.
we'll have to do some more research
Yeah.
on that.
Right.
Very cool. Well, you're a busy guy. Thank you for taking the time
Absolutely.
to be here. You have a few other projects going.
Yes.
So do you want to share a little bit, since we have you,
Sure.
about the gym that you have?
Yeah. So we just opened up Gain Station in Atascadero last month.
Okay.
And it's called a Vibe Gym. So you find these gyms in bigger cities like Las Vegas, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and it's just one of those gyms. As soon as you walk in, it's just louder music. People are just working out. It's kind of like the next level of fitness.
And when did you open that?
Last month.
Okay,
Yeah.
good for
So
you.
June 1st.
Congratulations.
We're going to be having our open house, our ribbon cutting on August 9th. So we have professional bodybuilders, both men and women, coming from actually around the world that'll be in the gym that day. And
Wow.
it's going to be a cool day if you guys are available. Check it out.
That is
Well, then you just brought up one more question. When do you have time to sleep?
Right. Yeah, I know. Well, having a good team helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like-minded individuals, if you all have one goal and you're all going forward, it's
So
a
true.
lot easier than
That's
trying to do it by
awesome.
yourself.
We're gonna
So people can find you in the gym.
Yes.
Where else can they find you? How do they get a hold of you if they want more information?
So you could reach me obviously on the website, so westerntinyhouse.com, or you could email me at Saulo1G, that's my personal, at yahoo.com, or just call me 405-286-0778.
Spell Saulo for us.
Saulo.
Okay, good. I had your card here. That's why I wouldn't have been able to spell it without the card. So, well, thank you so much for coming in and educating us. I think this is something that's all about our future, and it's great to know what's possible.
Yep,
Yes.
great opportunity.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Take us home, James Bueno.
James, you were quiet that whole time. What's going on?
I was
over there?
trying to jump in. I was going to make a joke about going to the bodybuilding contest, but I didn't get a chance.
Not where you're going to find me.
James,
but I respect
be
it.
careful.
Yeah, gun show.
So, Saulo, what did you say that show was in Vegas? What is it called?
It's a world of tiny homes.
Right. JT, I think we need to get an office research in Vegas down there and go and check that out.
Great idea.
It's going to be really cool. It's 3 days.
Road trip.
Yeah, on my company card.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll take the Team Sweasey van.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, well, we're roller skates back there. Okay. Right. So thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. And then those of you that like our content, make sure you are liking, subscribing on YouTube. And then, Jeff, where else do we have it?
Wherever you get your podcasts.
Wherever you get your podcast.
Lovely podcast is available, and it is a great commuter companion. If you're driving around, find out a little bit of something about the community you live in and what's going on, and
get yourself a tiny home.
Yeah,
There you go.
I mean, it sounds great. And I haven't even looked at how many subscribers. I think we're over 60,000, but I'm not even quite sure.
Once you hit 50, you're just like,
you're just like, whatever.
You're going to accumulate.
Well, Bobby doesn't even watch our podcast, so
you guys.
yeah. Hey,
Come on.
what?
Do you go home and watch the podcast after?
I watch our podcast like 15 times. Do you know why?
Because you're getting your count up.
Because
So you can get on here and brag about how many people watch.
He puts it on a continuous loop.
Yeah. Overnight.
Sorry, James.
no, because I edit these things and I have to listen to them over and
no.
over and over.
Yeah.
So yes,
It's okay. I hear my voice enough. I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening and watching our content. Hopefully, we can continue bringing more awesome guests like Saulo and great information. So, thank you very much. We'll talk to everybody next time. Bye bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.